So, good morning students. This is Dr. Shailendra Patil. We will continue with the perspectives of 3D printing techniques and applications part 2 today. We have discussed the various technologies in the part 1. In the part 2, we will discuss about the various 3D printers, protocols, applications, 3D printing in medicines, personalized pharmaceuticals, 3D printing of pharmaceuticals, biotechnology and in tissue engineering, and its applications in 3D, these various streams, as well as we will discuss about the 3D printing based surgery. Apart from that, the few of the examples we will discuss here and the scenario of this technique in India, as well as the advantages, disadvantages and the support required for this technology in India and the future trends we will discuss. So, here are this picture showing some 3D printers which are being in practice nowadays for the bioprinting of the objects. The generalized protocol of 3D printing, what is the protocol of this printing? That this is generated by using computer aided design modeling, and that leads to the various steps for the developing of this one, and you are getting your object. Here you can see that the 3D CAD model is developed. After that, .stl file will be created and then slicing will be done using the software. Then the next step involves the layer slices and the tool path which will guiding further, and the next one is that this manufacturing of the object will be taken place and you will get ultimately this 3D object. The step 1 is the 3D model creation, the next is the STL file creation, third is STL file transfer, then machine setup, again you have to build, and then the next step is the removal of the part, and the last step is to process the object which you have got. Now, what is this step 1? You can see here that this is the designing of this model, this object by using a 3D model, by using a computer aided design software, or you can say that by using a 3D object scanner, and you are creating the object. In the next step, this file, STL file is created by using the CAD model that is converted to a STL file to translate the 3D shape and slice it into digital layers. Here you can see that in the animation that these translates are being developed. The transfer of the file, next step is that the CAD design, then it is converted into an appropriate file format. The various file formats are .obj, .3mf. For 3D printing in full color, you have to have you have to use the file formats like .x3d, .wrl or .dae. The slicing step is there, and by using the STL file, it is sliced into digital layers which is called as the G code with the file extension .g code. The G code is what? It is a numerical code programming language mainly used in computer aided manufacturing to control automated machine tools like 3D printers. Here you can see that in animation. Then next step is to transfer the STL file. This is then transferred to the printer using custom machine software. The next step is to set up in the machines. The desired, using the various geometry and your specifications, you can design that, you can feed it to the machine, and the consumables are then loaded and the printer is then set up and it is ready for printing the object. The next step 5 is the development of the build or object. This printer builds the model by depositing material layer by layer. You can see specifically this animation, that how it is creating the layer by layer, and ultimately this object is being developed, and it is next stage is the removal of the developed or fabricated part. It is being removed After the completion, that complete build is developed, then you are removing that printed part. And the last step is to process of the object or the post processing. That finally that object which is being fabricated is processed, such as cleaning, polishing, and other as per the requirement of the object is being done. Coming to the application of this 3D printing technology in the various sectors or in the various industries, the majority of this technology is being utilized in the education and the research sector, which is about 28%. It is around 20% use in the sector of automotive. Apart from that, it is highly being used in aerospace, and in the defense sector it is about 15%. In the field of medical and the dental it is 16%, and it is 12% only in the pharmaceuticals. Whereas the 4% of this technology is being used in architectural engineering, and the remaining in other sectors it is used, and the percentage of utilization of this technique is only 5%. Now coming to the 3D printing techniques which is being used in the medicine, you can see this picture that the various applications are shown here, that this 3D printing technology can be used in the robotic surgery, as we have discussed in the part 1. Apart from that, it can be utilized in the telemedicine, in the organ printing also. You can use this technology in the neuron interface development. In the bioelectronics, you can use it. You can use this in the limb prosthesis development, or the limbs printing, you can say, the prosthesis fabrication. You can use this technique in the genetic engineering. Also, it can be used in the regeneration of the organs or the damaged part. Apart from that, robotic prostheses are also being developed by using 3D printing technology. So, you can see that specifically in the medical sector, there is a vast scope of this utilization of this 3D printing technology. This technology can be utilized in the direct printing of personalized pharmaceuticals. The personalized medicines aims to tailor drug combination and the doses manufacturing to the specific needs of a patient by taking into consideration its genetic profile, phenotypic response, and the pathophysiology. As you know that the genetic profile of every human being is little bit different. It is not as similar of you cannot find 2 or 3 persons of having similar genetic profile. So, in this case, but using this technology, you can design personalized medicine which can be used looking to the patient's need. Now, this 3D printing in pharmaceutical industries, it is being utilized, and as this technology was granted approval in the US FDA in the year 2015 to the Aprecia Pharmaceutical. They have produced the first tablet manufactured through this 3D printing, and which was approved by the authorities. Thereafter, 2 years later, that GSK completed a study where inkjet, 3D printing, and ultraviolet were used to create tablets to treat the Parkinson's disease. The Aprecia Zipdose, the first 3D printed medicine, was developed, and this contained the drug levetiracetam, which is an anti-epileptic drug for the treatment of the epilepsy. And the Zipdose was a technology registered by them. This technology is used to produce a product layer by layer without using the compression forces, punches, or the dies. Here is the comparison of this developed product Aprecia Zipdose with that available OTC fast melting drug. You can see here that in the time period of 3.63 seconds, that product developed by Aprecia Zipdose to completely disintegrated, and whereas this OTC fast melting drug, it was not disintegrated completely. So, you can bioprint the organs also by using the bio ink, which can be the cells as well as the biopaper, which can be used, in this case that hydrogel can be utilized as a biopaper, and when you are putting together and it is being fed by the bioprinter, you can get the bioprinted tissue or of the organ. Here this schematic representation is there of this technology. Now, the use of this technology in the sector of biotechnology as well as in the tissue engineering, this bioprinting can be defined as the construction of tissue constructs using a set of techniques which transfers biologically important material onto a substrate with computer aided specialized 3D printers. Here, by using this technique that the scientists have developed years, and which is of 250 micrometer cells and collagen, it was obtained from the rat tail to make this human ear, and this ear was developed in 15 minutes only, whereas it took 3 months time period for the post processing of it. This ear was used to serve the children with hearing loss due to the malformed outer ear. The another example of that, the kidneys, it was developed by layer building of scaffolds and deposition of the kidney cells. As you know that this bioprinted kidney was successfully transplanted to a girl in the United States last year in the 2019. This the layer by layer deposition of the kidney cells that leads to the assembly which is to be transplanted into patient, and the degradation of the scaffolds to follow in vivo. Mean to say that the bases were taken for the developed bioprinting of this kidney that will be transplanted, and the skeleton which was used that will be degraded in the body. Apart from that, blood vessels have also been fabricated by using this 3D printing technology. Of course, the rigid but non-toxic sugar filaments form core. Sugars are being used for the development of these blood vessels as a scaffold, and that sugar is automatically, or it is, you can say that it will be cleared from the body as in a natural form. Cell deposited around the filaments, which is subsequent blood flow dissolves of these sugars. The other examples you can see here in the skin grafts and in the bones also. You can utilize this technique for this development of these bones as well as the skin grafts. This inkjet, as we discussed, being used for the bioprinting of the organs. This inkjet printing have certain advantages. That is, it is a non-contact printing technique that reproduces digital pattern information onto a substrate with tiny ink drops. There are thermal, piezoelectric and the electromagnetic approaches which creates drops on demand. Means that when it is required, then only that drops will be supplied. Most inkjet printers employ heat or mechanical compression to eject ink drops. These are the advantages of these inkjet printers, which are beneficial for the development of the pharmaceuticals. This 3D printing is being utilized in the surgery also, and by using this technique, the researchers at the National Library of Medicine, they have generated the various digital files from the clinical data, and they have developed the 3D printed surgical and the medical models of that. Here you can also use this, means that this technique can be utilized for the in situ repairing of the damaged part of your body also. Here you can see that the 3D model which is being used for the surgical planning of surgical planning by neurosurgeons at the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center. Here are few of the examples of the bioprinted objects. These prosthetic fingers have been developed. This 3D printed ear cartilage is there. The bone implants are there, and these blood vessels, lined tissues have also been bioprinted. Here are some examples of 3D printed medicines using this 3D printing technology. That Tetracycline and the vancomycin, this is being developed in the microporous bioceramics using this 3D direct printing technology. Apart from that, aspirin, atenolol and remiplin, this is being used in the various elements, and it is being developed in the multi-active solid dosage form, which is known as the polypill, by using the 3D extrusion printer, while inkjet printer was used to develop the implant with lactic acid polymer matrix of levofloxacin drug. Stereolithography technique was used to develop the 4-aminosalicylic acid and paracetamol tablets, which is modified release tablets. Pseudoephedrine hydrochloride capsules were also developed using the at laboratory scale using this 3D printing machine, and the acetaminophen was also developed in the dose of multi-layer drug delivery devices by using this 3D printing technique. Some more examples of this fabrication or development of the medicines using this 3D printing technique, that captopril with nifedipine and the glipizide tablets were developed by using 3D printers by using this extrusion based printing technology. Apart from that, rifampicin and isoniazid containing multi-drug implants were developed by using this technique. Folic acid nanosuspension was developed, as well as the salbutamol sulfate solution was also developed using this thermal inkjet printing technology. So, in all, you can say that almost the various categories of the drugs can be utilized for the development of these various dosage form using this 3D printing technology. It is being successful. As far as concerned this Indian scenario, the 3D printing technique, it is being taken into consideration, and the most popular Indian 3D printing companies are Raspberry Pi and Arduino, Nissan, Mahindra, GKN Aerospace. They are involved in this utilizing of this technique in India. As far as concerned this Indian 3D printing platform Think3D, they have announced that they will establish a 6 million 3D printing facility in Andhra, whereas the 6 million facility is expected to enable India's medical devices market to become more independent, reducing total foreign import from 75 to 10%. Here is that the advantage of this 3D printing technology. You can see here that traditional manufacturing versus 3D printing. This ultimately reduces traditional manufacturing leads to development of this increasing complexity, leads to ultimately increase in the cost, whereas this 3D printing technology, you need not to worry that if you are increasing the complexity, then also you need not to worry, you will have no extra cost for the utilizing this technique, and ultimately that your project can be completed in the stipulated budget. These, as well as this machine cost per cubic inch down by 95% over the last decade using this technology 3D printing, as well as that it reduces the unit cost dramatically, expands addressable market. Now, coming to the advantages of this 3D printing, that it is cost effective. Okay. Apart from that, it is affordable. You can say affordable startup cost. It is completely customizable. It is ideal for rapid prototyping. It allows for the creation of parts with specific properties. Whereas this technique has some disadvantages right now, but I think that these disadvantages can be converted into the advantages in coming time, as at present that this have a lower strength than with the traditional manufacturing. It increases the cost at high volume production. Limitations are there in accuracy, post-processing requirements, which is ultimately increasing the budget. Apart from that, some modern day supports are required for this technique in Indian scenario. As this is the advanced technology, it needs high-end technologies used in the development of new techniques, which ultimately needs the various stakeholders to invest in it, so that this can be given strength that will ultimately strengthen the economies in Indian scenario, as well as the patent protection is also required if the government supports this technology amongst the entrepreneurs, definitely by means of the providing patent protection. That will ultimately help the inventors turn ideas into the success. Now that the future trends which can be explored in coming time in context to the 3D printing techniques, that it can be utilized for the complex organs. In situ printing of implants or living organs in the human body can be the area for that. In situ bioprinting for repairing external organs such as skin. Likewise, that you can use this technology, and on site you can repair the organs, you can repair the skin. That can also be utilized in coming time. Apart from that, this 3D printed can be used in situ for the direct tissue repair. Robotic bioprinters are also can be considered, and this robot assisted surgery, it is in the practice in India also, but in coming time it will be more precise. As well as this, another trend is that this 3D printing innovations in pharmaceutical manufacturing can be increased like anything, and ultimately that the production of various organs can be achieved by means of using this 3D printing technology. Thank you very much for patient hearing.